As he opened of his recent edition of the Daily Altiston, the maid opened up the door, cautiously, so that she would not disturb the man. The poor maid, who had to be the man's grandmother, at least in age, looked to the man. The man raised his finger, and the maid stopped in her steps. "You are early to be here, Ms Abbey. I haven't yet finished my paper," he complained. "I'm so sorry, sir. I know that you enjoy reading the paper in peace, but someone is at the door and he refuses to leave," she explained, voice cracking from insecurity. "Who's here? You do realize that it is 6 in the morning, right?" "I know, sir. He says that he must deliver a message personally to you." "I don't take visitors, Ms Abbey," the man said, looking back at the newspaper. "I told him that too, sir. He said that he insists to see you." "Is he with the media?" "No, sir," said Ms Abbey. "He says that he needs to see you on personal reasons." The man paused, considering his options. He looked again to his maid. His dark black and long beard came into view. He had dark eyes as well as pitch-black hair. The man was in his late 30s, but his face already seemed as tired as an aged man. He calculated the possibilities. "Very interesting. Do you think that I should see him, Miss Abbey?" Miss Abbey nodded, her puffy white hair bobbing. Yes, sir. He is a very nice young man." After hearing that, the man decided to take the risk. Might as well start the day with some excitement, he thought. The man followed his maid to the front door, and the maid welcomed the man at the door. The guest turned to the man of the house. He had long blonde hair that was not combed. It looked like a mess. The guest looked like a mess. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. However, there was an energy around him that seemed enthusiastic, maybe even spontaneous. "Mayor Carnegie, I'm so glad to see you," said the guest, putting out his hand for a handshake. The man in the house did not shake his hand. "Who are you?" he insisted. "Oh, sorry about that," the guest said. He bonked his head and stuck out his tongue. "I am a man who has a very important message for you, one that can save your life." Carnegie raised an eyebrow. "My life?" The guest nodded his head. "Yes, but I can't tell you here. They are hunting me down." "Who is hunting you down?" "They are, Mayor Carnegie. Everyone outside of here is trying to kill me." Carnegie frowned. This was not the morning that he wanted. He did not want to find a paranoid conspiracy theorist at his doorstep. Not at all. But the strange was too intriguing. He already messed up his schedule. Why not do it a bit more? "Fine. Come in." The guest nodded, his head shaking up and down profusely. The maid then led the two into a library and left them. Carnegie scanned his guest, who was staring at the books around him. "Incredible collection," he commented. "Thank you," said Carnegie, not pleased. "Can you tell me your message now?" "Oh, yes, now I can. Let me get something." The young man then pulled out something from his pocket. It was a book. Not that big, but certainly larger than a pamphlet. He then looked at Carnegie, his smile gone. His eyes widened as he walked to the mayor. "Open up your hand," he said. Carnegie stepped back, concerned. All alarms were going off in his head. "Please, Mayor Carnegie," he begged. The mayor slowly opened his hand. The young man put the small book in his hand. "This book," he said, "will tell you everything. It will tell you the nature of reality and who is out to get you. I've kept it with me. They are angry that I know the truth. I am certain that if I said the truth to you, that you and I would die right here. And so I give you this book, that you can know what is happening." Carnegie listened, confused at these descriptions. Nonetheless, he thanked the young man for the gift. He called over Ms Abbey. "Yes? Put this book in one of the library shelves. Our guest has given us a gift of sorts." "Of course, I will do it right away," she said. Carnegie handed her the book, and she put it away in an empty spot on a shelf. She was about to leave the room when Carnegie stopped her. "Excuse me, Miss Abbey, I think our guest is about to leave. Could you give us a plate of cookies as he leaves?" Miss Abbey smiled softly. "Of course, sir. I'll be right back." And so, after a moment, Miss Abbey returned with a plate of chocolate chip cookies. The guest had greatly calmed down since he had given the book. Carnegie looked at him, strangely quiet, as if something was off his back. "These are very good, ma'am," said the man after he took a bite of a cookie. "They're homemade," Ms Abbey said proudly. Carnegie then began to put the man out, wishing him well on his way out. The guests began to leave, and Carnegie began to close the door. However, just as the door was about to close, Carnegie heard an explosion. He quickly opened the door. He saw the man on the floor. He was dead. He saw a man in black clothing running away. "Ms Abbey!" Carnegie shouted behind him. "Call the police!" "Wait, what just happened?" she cried, her face in concern and shock. "Our guest has just been murdered," he said.